Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, I have a really good one for you today, but I'm coming off of the Sidley twins. Shout out to the twins, the triplets. They just did a live stream. I'm recording this on Sunday night. They did a live stream where they raised so much money to help the animals affected by the horrible fires going on out in California. So I think that's amazing. I just want to give them a shout out and say well done, and thank you to everybody who came out and contributed. And so much money was raised for a good cause. I was on it briefly, but they just did such an amazing job. I'm so proud of their hard work and their efforts, and thank you to everybody who chipped in and donated. Okay. So that said, I want to introduce this video. I'm very excited to show you. This one I sat down with Revealing the Narc and we talked through the Netflix trailer. Now, before I go into that, there was an announcement tonight, so I want to talk about that. The announcement is the the show was originally meant to drop with love. Meghan was originally meant to drop January 15th. So that would have been this week. Netflix just announced, no. They're postponing. That's right. They're putting it off till March 4th. Now, in the live chat with the twins, somebody, I want to say it was Ian. Was it you, Ian? Somebody said something so funny and said, no, they're putting it off to March 4th. That struck me funny. So March 4th it is. Whenever this thing drops, whenever this show drops, you better believe I'll be covering it. In the meantime, I'll be covering the shenanigans that lead up to it. Now, what's interesting to me is they're citing the wildfires as the reason that this show is being pushed back. No, I don't think so. I think they needed more time to recut it. That's just my opinion, but come on. The trailer was completely panned. Everybody had so much to say about it. It's just no, there's no way. There's no way it's because of the wildfires. No, I think they needed more time to recut it. I made the joke in the twins video. Like, I think she was just trying to grab more celebrities to be in it because who do they have? Mindy Kaling? I mean, who? That's it. Where's their Oprah? Where, like, I understand that Oprah's distanced herself. Not a fan of Megan or Oprah, but like, where's Serena in all this? I thought they were supposed to be really good friends. Isn't that weird? Like, they were pounding around at the ESPYs. Where's she at? Anyway, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm still fully planning to cover it, so don't you worry. And as more stuff like this comes out, I'll talk about it. Now, I'm saying all that to say I sat down with Revealing the Narc. She's lovely. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. But we sat down and we had a great conversation about, she does a great job of pointing out body language and narcissism and stuff. She really goes into it. And she did a great job of pointing out some of the things she noticed from the trailer. So you're going to hear us talk about this trailer some more. Now, of course, when we recorded it, we had said January 15th, and it even says it on the screen. So you get it. It happened. And we recorded it. Now it's going to be coming out in March. Regardless, I'm excited for you to watch. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy this. Know that I'm back with Revealing the Narc, and I'm so excited about it. Thank you so much for coming back. Today we're talking the Netflix trailer, but welcome back. How are you?
I am so good, and I am so happy to be here. Thanks for having me, Jen.
Oh my gosh, anytime. I'm so happy to have you here. And you better believe I will be bugging you lots when this Netflix show comes out to come back. And I'll go on yours, you go on mine. We'll talk about all the craziness because I feel like it'll give us content for a year. So
I can't wait till January 15th.
it's like Christmas. I know. It'll be so fun. It'll be so crazy. I can't
Like,
wait.
I'm
Uh-huh.
literally thinking I need to take some time off work. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I think I need to take some PTO because there's just gonna be a lot of, work to do for the channel.
So much to unpack. I think it's important. Yep, I think so. Oh man. And I think I just read there's like 8 episodes of this coming out. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I did
And
all. Uh-huh.
look how much we analyzed from a 2-minute clip.
I know.
And those were the best clips, right? Because you put only the best stuff in the trailer.
That's right. Oh my goodness. Oh, we have so much. Yes.
I may
So I
need to go on sabbatical from work to analyze all of it.
and then I need you to pull all the cool clips that only you can seem to find because you're the best at finding the weird nuanced clips. And
Oh,
I need you
thank
to
you.
bring them. No, you really are. I'm not just saying that. You really are. And so you bring those with you and we'll react. And I was like, oh my gosh, can you believe that? I can't believe it. It's crazy.
What kind of flowers are in her hand right there?
Oh. Uh The lights are hitting me right in the face. If you give me I'll take a picture and zoom in. I know that sounds crazy. That's the only way I can see it. My instinct is to say peonies. Oh, yeah, it sure looks like it from the blurry image I got. I would guess peonies. That's the
There is
ongoing
something with
mystery.
that. It's suspicious.
So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, again, I don't know which order I'm posting this, but it's probably yesterday's video. It might be tomorrow's video. We talk about peonies and the weird specific thing that she keeps doing using peonies. But tell us again, we recorded a video for your channel.
Yeah, so one of the first references to peonies that I noticed was when in the book Spare, Harry's describing his first date with Meghan,
Mhm.
and he pays the bill, and Meghan says to him, "Since you got the bill, I'll send peonies to Violet, who
Mhm.
supposedly set them up." So I just feel like that's a very odd and specific thing to say to
Yes.
a man. I mean, maybe,
Mhm.
maybe we're reading into this and she just wanted to make sure when he sends her flowers, he sends her peonies. It could be that, but I feel like there's something deeper there, something to ensnare Harry,
You're
in my opinion.
if it was anybody else, I probably wouldn't focus on it. I'd be like, yeah, she probably just said in passing. With her, I feel like everything is calculated. So I think you're spot on. I think there is a reason, and we're hoping that you guys will go in the comments and let us know what the connection with peonies are. We explained it again in a previous video that we did so much research trying to find a connection to Diana and different things, and we're just I'm there's got to be something. There's something big with peonies because she can't stop talking about peonies. Yeah, it's
Yeah, there's
odd.
something there.
Definitely something there. But I brought you here today, if you feel like it. You've done so many wonderful reactions to the Netflix trailer, but I just had some questions for you because I want to talk about the body language in the trailer, and you're so good at this and picking out moments and just some of your reactions to the trailer. If you feel like discussing it a little bit more with me, I'd love to ask you some questions.
Yeah, let's do it. I'd love to.
Awesome. So just off the top of my head, I just wondered, just in general, and we can definitely go to your channel and find out, but what's your first reaction when you watch this trailer? What were your thoughts?
I have to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'm I'm naive and I forget a lot. So
Okay.
my first reaction to watching it
Uh-huh.
was that I'm interested in watching the show. Like,
Okay.
I
That's a true reaction. That's okay.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
that it does. Like, if it was anyone other than Megan, I think all of us would be like, "Yeah, I would watch that," right? I mean, the
Mhm.
aesthetics are really beautiful, and, I mean, maybe the food she's showing is outdated and whatever, but I think it was very well shot, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay. Fair
So
enough.
that
Fair
was
enough.
my first reaction, and then I remembered it's Megan. So,
There's always layers there. So what was when you remembered it was Megan, what was your reaction?
because it's Megan and because the trailer is a minute and 40 seconds long or so,
Mhm.
every single second of that trailer is critical and serves a purpose. So, I think when we look at it from that perspective,
Mhm.
we can kind of read between the lines of the message she's trying to send us.
Mhm. Do you have if you had to just pick one overall message, is there something you could pinpoint, you think, or is it just too many mixed messages throughout?
I think I think one of the biggest things she's trying to say is maybe I don't have family, but I'm surrounded by friends.
Dun, dun, dun. That's interesting. I didn't think about it through that lens. You might just be onto something there. Hmm.
Yeah, so I know I talked about this in the video yesterday,
Mhm.
but I posted a video on my channel where I analyzed every single word that was said in the trailer. And if you really pay attention to that, like one of the things that happens is that there's a chef, I think his name is Roy Choi. He
Mhm.
says, "Well, we're family now."
Yeah.
Why would that statement make it into a trailer that's a minute and 40 seconds long?
I
She
I
wants to show the world she's
Mhm.
not lonely. Maybe she doesn't have blood relatives around other than her mom, and maybe
Right.
Harry doesn't, but look at this circle that they've created.
Wow. I think you're spot on. I mean, obviously all of us clocked that we're family now, and I found that so odd. I can't imagine saying that to somebody that I met 4 minutes before. That's such an odd thing to say.
I'm excited to see what moment led up to him saying that.
Yeah, because, "Oh, you love, garlic salt? I do too. We're family now." Like, what?
Yeah, it's probably something superficial like that, but
Yeah.
she clipped that out and she showed it.
She showed it.
Yeah.
The other funny thought I had is just where my brain went when I saw that is I'm sure you've heard it, but they tease about that Montecito house being the Olive Garden. It looks like an Olive Garden. So when I saw that, I thought, if you get made of fun of for your house being like the Olive Garden, would you use a clip that's like, "When you're here, you're family." That's the Olive Garden motto. We're family now. It's like, "Okay, where's my breadsticks?" "Where's my salad?"
Oh, don't worry, they're kneading the dough, they're sticking their
Oh,
fingers in it right now.
I don't wanna eat anything from this kitchen, it's so bad. Oh my goodness. It's so bad. So just looking at this, the first question I had was just and again, it's just in your opinion, and you're so good at this body language stuff. I just wondered, I guess in regard to her body language throughout this, is there anything you noted about that? Like maybe do you sense her intentions with this trailer through her body language? Is that something you pick up on? I mean, I'm just curious.
What I notice,
Mhm.
and I don't know if anyone else sees it too, but I feel like she's trying too hard, and I think she knows this is the last chance. So what
Okay.
I see are forced smiles,
Mhm.
forced behavior. This is not, and I think that's what people notice. That's why this isn't authentic. She looks like she's under pressure. She has to look like she's comfortable doing this,
Mhm.
and she's trying to set herself up as an expert. So there's a lot of her trying to be the teacher. So,
Yeah.
like when she's helping that lady with the fingers in the dough,
Mhm.
she's teaching that. Or when she's helping move flip that pan over,
Yeah.
she's trying to establish herself as an expert. And there's a reason for that too. And the reason for that is this is this is the moneymaker for her. And it's
Yeah.
her hope that this is so she has to establish herself as someone that's an expert so that
Mhm.
she can merch all this stuff.
I think you're so spot on, and I think the harder I mean, it's common sense, the harder you are trying to come across as aloof, you're not going to, you're gonna have facial expressions like this. I'm
Do you
so
notice it
happy.
too?
1,000%. My thing that I said was, if you notice, her smile is not reaching her eyes.
Mhm.
Usually when normal humans smile like, when we're talking and I'm genuinely enjoying talking to you, you can see it in my face. If I just sat here like this, you'd be like, "What did I say? What's wrong with you?" So yes, absolutely. What do you see it too, clearly. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that what does
Uh-huh.
it take for the smile to get to your eyes?
A
True
soul, a
joy.
heart? Yeah,
True
exactly.
joy. So when she's sitting here saying that this is the pursuit of joy, she does not look joyful. And I
You're
think people are picking up on that.
Mhm.
That's where all this criticism is coming from.
That's it. She's missing the joy. So her mouth knows that it needs to go in this position and not this position, but her eyes, there's just my speculation was again, I'm not an expert on narcissism, but I just think she's just thinking about me, 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 me over and over. So if you're only thinking about that, you're not going to let yourself think, oh, I'm enjoying talking to this person here on the microphone or in my kitchen or something. And so it's not going to reach your eyes because you're thinking me, 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 me.
There
So
I've actually done a lot of clips that show that Megan is not an active listener,
uh,
and exactly that. She's not really when she's in conversation with people, I think she's more thinking about how she's going to respond rather than focusing on the words that people are saying.
a
And that lends
thousand.
itself
Mhm.
yeah, and that lends itself to a lot of, um, conflict because you never really listen to what other people are telling you, and skewed perspective because
That's
you're not really listening what people are telling you.
You're not learning from them, you're not understanding them, you're not taking anything away yeah, no, I agree, and you're not
Mhm.
getting to know them, and they're not getting to
Mhm.
know you. You're right.
Mhm.
I think that's it. Huh. Oh god, her friend. I don't like her friend. That's the face I wanna make or I want somebody to make when they try my cooking. It's so yummy.
That's like us if we were sitting next to each other. This is the look we'd be giving each other.
That's it. Did you see what she just did?
Can you
She brought her
believe this,
hands in the
Jen?
dough. How many hands are in the dough? Where is her hair right now?
Did she just put jam in the ice cream?
With mint? What's going on with the mint? Yeah, absolutely. Um, so my next question was let's see, it was, do you think there's specific movements that she uses to try to control the narrative? And it's hard to isolate in this clip. I guess just in general, you pointed out before she uses her shoulders a lot to block Harry. I guess, is there anything specific you noted in this trailer or just in general with her?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is she's trying to come off as a teacher, so you'll notice she leans into conversations, she's leaning into there's I'm think just off the top of my head, I can think of 2 or 3 times that she is teaching someone else and leaning into that. So I think that is a message that she's trying to get across. The
Okay.
other thing is in the beginning when she says, "Let's go."
Mhm.
That is very, well, I analyzed it in my one of my, YouTube videos that I talked about
Okay.
earlier, but sorry, I just had a brain fart.
No, no, that's okay. You're talking about "Let's go." And actually, real quick, I could say, you make such a good point because even the body language here, if I don't know these people, I don't know what I'm looking at, I say, "Oh, the lady with the dark hair is teaching the blonde lady how to cook." You know what I mean? Because she's
Exactly.
got control of it, she's leaning in, and it looks like, "Okay, this is how you do this, and then you add that," whatever. I don't cook. So that's
Same.
yeah, that's the body language, so I'm with you. But you were about to say, oh, let's
Actually,
go. Tell me about that.
so I talked about that in the video. And I
Sure,
think
yeah, we'll go on.
it's a way of showing that she's the one in command. She's telling everyone, "Let's go." She's showing she's the leader, so follow me. It's not a invitation, it's a
Like, "Come on,
command.
friends." We're going. Okay,
It's a
gotcha.
command. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So, the next question I had was, how do you think Megan's interactions with her guests in this trailer reflect her need for validation or her confidence? Is there something you notice with that?
absolutely.
Oh, tell me, tell me. I think I had one with Mindy. Oh, there you go. Tell me how you see that.
So, there are 3 times in this trailer that someone other than Megan talks.
Okay.
The first one is the "We are family,"
Mhm.
or "We're family now." And actually, the first one that shows up chronologically
Mhm.
is when Mindy Kaling says, "This is one of the most glamorous moments of my life."
Yes. Such a weird statement. Yes. Uh-huh.
There that was put there as and it was the very first statement that someone other than Megan made.
Oh, okay.
So, there's an importance to that.
Mhm.
And after Mindy made that statement,
Mhm.
Megan exaggerate had an exaggerated laugh. Now, we don't know necessarily that those 2 things happened at the same time
Sure.
because it shows a shot of Mindy saying that and then it shows Megan laughing. So,
Mhm.
when we actually watch the show, those 2 things may not have been together, but the point is in the trailer they were put together.
Yeah.
So, there's this reaction of Mindy saying this is absolutely glamorous
Mm.
and Megan just lapping it up.
Mhm.
She lives for those moments. And a lot of people have said, well, Mindy was being sarcastic or she didn't mean it. It doesn't matter if Mindy meant it.
The fact that
Megan
they chose
believes,
that.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
Megan believes that what Mindy is saying is true. And that's why you see that genuine glee in
That's
her
it.
face and her reaction. Yeah,
Ah, you're so good at this. That's it. As soon as you started explaining, I could fill in the blank. That's it. Because even if I tend to think the second option where it's probably that they had their hands in some dough or something and Mindy's teasing about, oh, this is so glamorous, whatever. But then Meghan just eats that up. To your point, it's precious real estate. There's a minute whatever to the trailer. You gotta pick your clips wisely. That's what they pick. Hmm,
Mhm.
that's interesting. And then Meghan eats
Yep.
it up. Even if she didn't eat it up in that moment, she wanted to make sure that the reaction was right next to it, so it looked like yeah. Hmm.
And actually, it seems like her reaction is almost trying to be humble because then she cups her head in her hands.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's an act. She is gleeful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's too much. Yeah.
That's absolutely. I mean, she's a terrible actress, which is so funny. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great. Oh my goodness. But yeah, did you notice any other need for validation or confidence type stuff? Like I saw this clip here with this lady, and I don't know who the lady is, but to me, I felt like Megan or a producer, somebody felt like they needed maybe a what did I call it? Not a like an I Love Lucy moment where it's like, oh look, they're up to some shenanigans. Oh no, they takes two of them to flip a pot. Oh, what's going on? Look at that. Oh, it looks so fun. It's not a true, I don't believe it to be an organic moment. It just looks like, all right, now we just need to have some shenanigans. Let's do this, you know?
Okay, so I have a lot to say about this.
Please.
And
Yeah.
again, I talked about this in my video. I know I keep saying that, but
No,
it's
no, we
just
want to go watch. Yeah, tell us about
yeah,
the
it's
video.
okay. So the words that are being said at this moment when this flipping is going to is happening
Mm-hmm.
is the third time someone other than Megan talks, and it's Abigail Spencer, I believe. And Abigail Spencer says something along the lines of, "I have to do it wrong many times before I get it right," something like that.
Okay.
The only time when something is not perfect is when someone else is admitting to not having it be perfect. And it
Brilliant.
is at that moment that this clip comes in. Who's the one making the mistake here? It's not Megan. Megan's going in to help.
Oh. Oh my goodness. The other lady's having a look
So
like
Megan again is
yeah,
establishing herself as an authority figure. She's the expert here. This lady probably is a chef, I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know who she is,
right.
but that's the point, and there's a reason why those words are being said as Megan is helping someone else. That means other people make mistakes and they have to do it and they have to get it wrong before they get it right, and Megan is there to help them get it right. So it shows Megan's superiority, it's trying to establish her as an expert, it shows her arrogance. Like, come on,
You're
she
brilliant.
messes up and actually, if you look at the video clip,
Uh-huh.
it's so obviously staged because the pan is on, like, the left side of the like, come on, guys. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
So what
totally agree with you. Uh-huh.
do you
Go
see that
ahead.
too? Like, am I overanalyzing it?
I think you're brilliant. I'm not even just saying that because you're my guest right now. I'm telling you honestly, I think your analysis is so spot on. I just immediately took it as she needs to have a friend. Here's a friend. She needs to have a Laverne and Shirley or I Love Lucy moment of something like, oh, look at that. I didn't even think about that she is the savior of this. I just thought it was two friends having fun, like, look, I have friends. You're right. She's the savior. And I'm going to add an extra layer to this. She saves the day in beige. So it validates her weird beige obsession. Oh my goodness gracious. I think you're spot on. I really do. I really do. Because again, not with no sound, and let's pretend like we don't know. I don't know who the lady on the left is. Let's pretend like we don't know Megan. I see this picture. I see the body language, and I think, uh-oh, the lady on the blue is about to spill, and the lady in the beige is fixing the spill.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it. Oh, you're good at this. Everybody watch her channel. Let's go watch that other video. That's so good. What's the name of that video so I can find it easily? Do you remember?
Um, let me
Maybe you
let
could
me
send me a link and I'll put in the description after this.
sure, and
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna look really quick.
No, please. Go ahead.
Okay, it's called Meghan Markle's Netflix trailer, Strategic Words or Narcissistic Traits, question mark. And then the other one that I talked about her motivation
Mhm.
is called With Love Meghan, Privacy, Authenticity, and Motivation. And then I'm gonna do another one that has to do with motivation as well, but I'm gonna bring in envy
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm gonna talk about Princess Catherine. And yeah, that one's gonna be a good one. That's the next one I'm gonna film.
Ooh.
And that one's gonna be heavy because it's like, why did she choose? Catherine? What are the specific reasons? How
Mhm.
has she demonstrated this envy? And I'm gonna bring in a little bit of my personal experience in that my stepmom targeted me, and I was a child. I was, like,
Oh.
10 years old. So, why why are these narcissists, at least the what I believe are malignant narcissists, and allegedly, in my opinion, Megan is a malignant narcissist.
Mhm.
Why are they hyper focused on one person? And so I'm gonna go into a little bit about that.
Mhm.
Shoot, I was gonna go oh, and actually that goes hand in hand with what Jason Knopf said, that she always has to have someone in her sights. There's
Yep.
always someone that she's targeting, and it might be maybe it's someone in the workplace, it's one person, it's someone in her personal life
Mhm.
in another example, so yeah.
You're spot on. I think that wow, that's yeah, I can't wait to watch it. So this video in real time, we're recording on Monday, so it'll probably go up later in the week. So there's a chance that the Catherine one might be up, or you think it'll be up maybe next week sometime.
It'll be up this week. I just
Okay.
have to record it. I have the
No,
ideas,
okay, great.
the
No pressure. I just meant maybe we could go find it after this video. There's a possibility it might be up because I know people are going to want to see that. I want to see that too. So.
yeah, the thoughts are simmering right now.
Ooh. Well, I can talk to you offline because I've definitely done similar, not anything like that, but similar with the ways she's gone after Catherine. So we can talk because I some things come to mind.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, awesome. I can't wait to watch that. It's such a good idea. I can't wait to see your take on all of that. That's wild. Let's see here. The next question I had for you, bear with me one second, was how does Megan's portrayal in the trailer potentially manipulate or idealize her public image? And I I asked, but I assume it's related to her narcissism. But what are your thoughts on that? How do you think her portrayal in the trailer is meant to manipulate or idealize her image?
So I've mentioned before, and this is one of the videos I did recently where I
Mhm.
analyzed what Megan's, or what I believe are what are Megan's main motivations.
Okay.
And to me, it comes down to fame, power, and money.
Okay.
She is doing this. You can see why it's for fame,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
She's trying to establish herself as an authority.
Mhm.
She's trying to show she's an expert. And that actually, in this example, fits hand in hand with the money motivation as well.
Mhm.
Because if she's able to reach that goal of setting herself up as an expert, then she can monetize that.
Oh, not just monetize it, big time. You hear about Goop and, the ones at the Kardashian, the different influencer sites, they make tons of money from what I understand, so I think she sees it as a potential gold I'm not saying she can, but it's a potential gold mine, sure.
That's what she believes, right? So
Yeah.
those I believe are her main motivations for this show. She's obsessed with her public image,
Uh-huh.
and she's trying very hard to tightly control that. We've seen that over the years, how tightly she controls her public image, and when there's a narrative that's opposite, she
Mhm.
loses her mind about it. And
You're
it's
absolutely right.
and actually that fits into the power part because she wants to control what people say about her. She wants
Mhm.
to hold power over people and silence them when they're not saying what she wants them to say. So I feel like all of that is in this too. You can just spot it. She's trying to control the narrative. She's
Uh-huh.
trying to monetize this idea. You
Yep.
know, sh- yeah, she's trying to raise her star, or at least try to. Oh, and actually, okay, I haven't mentioned this yet, and this is a thought that just came to
Ooh,
me.
exclusive. Tell me, tell me.
And I actually have thought about a portion of what I'm about to say, but I
Mhm.
haven't like said it out loud to other people.
Ooh,
So the majority of this was shot without Harry's presence.
correct. Uh-huh.
So we've been hearing about it, the end of last year, how they're going their professional separate ways and whatever. And
Mm,
we all know
yeah,
if Megan is able to secure herself financially, she'll drop Harry in a
1,000%.
minute. But
Yes.
she needs that money
Uh-huh.
first. She needs that security first.
I think so.
What I've also noticed over the last month or so is that people are no longer saying her last name Markle in
I don't
magazines. in
Huh.
the title of this show.
She
So
just wants to be Meghan. Uh-huh. Huh.
she wants to move away, and this is another way she's trying to control the narrative. She wants to move away from the Markle,
Okay.
and I think, slowly, if she's able to do it, she's gonna try to move away from Harry.
Oh,
So I
interesting.
think she's setting it up or trying to set it up that way.
Mhm.
And I don't know, you all let me know if you noticed that too, that she in articles, and we know that she pays for a lot of these articles, so she's controlling that her last name is not being put there. For whatever reason,
Huh.
she's decided she doesn't wanna be Meghan Markle anymore, she just wants to be Meghan.
My instinct, my gut instinct, as soon as I hear this, and I have not noticed that, but now I will look for that, and it makes sense with the trailer too, it just says Meghan. My instinct as soon as I hear that is, "Oh, well, then she thinks she's like Madonna or Sting, where you don't need a last name, you're just
Mhm.
that famous," you know? And like,
Oh my
you
gosh,
can probably name
I
10 people Prince, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. What were you about to
okay,
say?
we have to have a competition.
Oh, okay.
We need to draw what we think it would look like if Meghan was known as a symbol. So you know how Prince was a symbol?
Done.
What is Meghan's symbol? What is she gonna draw herself as a symbol? I think we all pretty much know.
Oh my
We
gosh.
have a pretty good idea, but
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I
the
think she
the
probably drew that
artist,
ARO signal.
the Duchess
Sorry, whoop.
formerly known as Meghan.
Perfect, perfect. So is Harry just waiting around for her to dump him? Do you think he knows it's coming and this is what she's doing?
Ah,
I know, sorry, I just hit you with that question. It's just
I'm
I'm marinating on what you said, and I think you're exactly right. I used to watch Real Housewives shows, and they had a term for it. It's actually called lily padding. And what that is that they would say that the husband would encourage his wife, "Yeah, go do Real Housewives," so that way he could do whatever he's doing on the side, and she would have a comfortable place to land and make some money and have another gig, so that way he could either do what he's doing on the side or just be done. So, yeah.
yeah, it could be. I think Harry will never leave her,
Yeah, I don't
and
think
I
so.
say that because he seems stubborn and prideful, and leaving her means admitting he's wrong to
Yeah.
his brother and his family.
So he'd rather be miserable and just okay, sure.
And whether or not he knows, I don't know. I mean, he's
Oh,
been with her for what, 8, 9 years now?
so
Potentially
crazy. Mhm.
longer, allegedly.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think he can see straight.
True.
His perspective is really messed up. And
And
we can tell that just reading Spare.
oh, 1,000%. Yeah. You can tell it by again, the body language, the way they walk around. The fact that he doesn't yank his hand away from her, say, "Stop pushing me."
Mhm.
He's messed up. Yeah, I agree. 1,000%. Oh, yeah. Crazy. Let's see here. My next question was oh, do you notice a difference in her body language in this trailer versus other times you've seen her? Well, you analyze the heck out of her body language, but do you notice a difference in the trailer, or is it par for the course, do you think?
I absolutely love that you asked this question
Thanks.
because I think I have a good answer for it.
Yeah.
There are absolutely no mask slips in this trailer. And it's
Oh,
because, again, it's highly purposeful.
okay.
Every scene. And I mean, I analyzed like every frame and
Yeah.
I didn't see any. But of
Okay.
course, that was purposeful, right?
Yeah.
She's in control of this. She's exercising her power,
Uh-huh.
as one of her main motivators. And yeah, yeah,
That is
I didn't
so
see any.
interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Huh. So just a very curated collection. Maybe that's the not right word. I think that fits. Yeah, curated collection of what she thinks are her best moments to sell herself in this new role. Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is that she's upset at the reception of the trailer
Mhm.
and she's blaming it on other people allegedly.
I've heard the same. I don't know if yeah, if that's the case. But I think
Yeah.
that's her MO, right? Is to mess everything up and then blame everybody else. It's always everybody else's fault, never theirs. I say that for both of them, Harry and Meghan, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
how she is because in her mind she's perfect. She doesn't do anything wrong. She's the expert on everything. That's why she's helping that lady flip the pan over.
oh, Yeah. So I just had a few more questions, but these are my fun ones. So I'm curious to see your answers on this. So my first question was, what's the over under on how many times Megan will say I in this show? What are your thoughts on that?
So when you mean over under, what do
Uh,
you mean like an overestimation or an underestimation?
yeah, it's a gambling term. I don't even mean that literally. I guess just like, what do you think? Do you think this will just be riddled with eyes? Do you think it'll be I mean, it's quite literally the Megan show. Do you think it'll just be, how many eyes do you think we'll have in this show?
I mean, how many sentences can someone say in a minute? Because every one of those will start with an I.
You're exactly right. My answer to this was she will you'd run out of grains of sand on that beach she was dancing around writing 2025 with a stick on.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, you know what? If that's the way that we're answering,
Answer any way you want.
I'm gonna say it's the number of hairs on the wigs that she's wearing, allegedly.
Oh my gosh. And if that's what we're measuring by, then that's the number of times she says I, but the number of times she mentions has will be the number of hairs left on his head. Pretty smart.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's right. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. What excuse would you give to get out of eating the food with hair in it? Ugh, that hair. I can't stop with the hair. I just had that picture up. I gotta find it again. What would be your excuse for that?
Okay, I have a couple for this.
Oh, please. Yes.
Okay, the first one is I only eat food blessed by the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Oh, that's brilliant. What
Okay,
would her
my
reaction be to that? She'd be like, "Oh, we were
she'll
married
be
3
like,
days
"Well, I have
before.
him on speed dial, so can he do it over the phone?"
He blessed it 3 days before, don't worry about it." Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
gosh. The other thing I would say is I'm on a strict no royal fibers diet.
Oh, excellent.
And
Yeah.
finally, I'm on a low hair, high kale diet for the new year.
Perfection, there you go, that's
What would you
good.
say?
My answer was I don't eat chia pets because it's hair. I don't want hair in my food. They grow hair. I don't want it. Yeah, that would be my answer. Oh my goodness. What would Megan's signature dish be called? Have you given that thought?
Yes, and I have the dish and the drink that would
Ooh,
go along with
please
it. Yeah,
tell
so
me.
she would make Megan's world famous toasted avocado surprise, but it's just plain avocado toast. Like there's nothing glamorous about it at all.
It's
And
elevated, yes.
yeah, and she would pair that with royal lemon water elixir, which is basically plain water with a slice of lemon, but it's life changing.
She called toast daunting in a clip that I reviewed recently, so why wouldn't lemon water be daunting as well? That's
It
right.
is. It's tough. She leads she is able to take ordinary things and make them really complicated.
Is that a gift or is that a I don't know. That's wild. So this one I'd put out to my flock and they came up with some of the funniest answers. I'm just going to read a couple of them and we'll move on. I have a whole video that went up on Monday. It started online. Somebody started naming her dishes and then the flock took over and started naming them on a live stream and I could not stop laughing. I did 10 minutes of names for these dishes, but here's some of the ones that stood out to me. Bunion rings.
Oh
Thank
gosh.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, if you've eaten in 2 weeks, you're gonna be sick. Thank you, Ian, for bunion rings. All right. Ghosted gnocchi. I never say that word right. However you say it, gnocchi, I think it's pronounced. Soho salad,
Ooh.
word salad as well. Beige layer cake, moon bump pie, bronzino fish instead of branzino, the fish, Harry's pot roast. You think about that one. And one tier left pie go.
These are amazing.
So good.
One tier left pie.
I wish I had that person's name in front of me. I don't. I would give you all shout out. So thank you, everybody who came up with those. I wish I could take credit. I cannot. Those are brilliant.
Oh my
One
gosh.
tier.
People are so creative. I love it.
So good. Bronzino. That's so good. Word salad. Yep, all good. But as we wrap this up, I have one last question for you. Will you come back and react more when this comes out in the 15th?
Please, 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 please.
Okay, good. Phew. Good. I haven't scared you off yet with all this craziness. Good. That's awesome. Again, I know I'm sorry to make you repeat it, but I am dying to go watch the video where you analyze this trailer in depth. Tell me, you told me the name already, but that's up and ready to go on your channel. And what was the other one too? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I have 2 of them. Well,
Yeah.
I have one where I just did an overview, and then I have another one that's called Meghan Markle's Netflix trailer,
Perfect.
Strategic Words or Narcissistic Traits.
Okay.
That's the one where I analyze her words. And then the other one I have is called With Love Meghan, Privacy, Authenticity, and Motivation. And that's where I talk about what motivated her potentially. And yeah, like why choose this topic
Yeah.
when you're so obsessed with privacy, allegedly.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. We'll definitely go watch those, and then potentially, no pressure, you may have one up about the her and the Catherine
And
stuff
envy.
that you
Yeah, that
talked
one's
about,
gonna
and
be
yeah,
great.
I
Yeah,
can't
that's gonna
wait.
be a good one. Mhm.
That's so good, and I didn't even think to ask you until just in this moment. What did you think of the title, "With Love, Megan"? What jumped out? I mean, what were your first thoughts on that? "With Love, Megan."
So this is a signature, right?
Mhm.
This is how you close out a letter.
Uh-huh.
And a letter is you write it to someone, especially if you don't include your last name when you just put your
Yeah,
first name only.
sure.
It's familiar.
Mhm.
It's someone that you're close with.
Sure.
So she's trying to create false intimacy, which is something I talk about, which is basically what love bombing is creating false intimacy.
Wow, that's so spot on.
Yeah, that's
So
what I think. What do you think?
my crass interpretation, apologies, is that when I see "With Love, Megan," all I can think of is Megan wants to make love to Megan. You know what I mean? It's very self-satisfying. So
Yeah, I mean, Megan is with a lot of love for
yeah,
herself.
yeah. So that's what I think of when I see this, but also just I guess I didn't even think about in terms of exactly what you said. You're right, creating false intimacy. I see it as creating a false I'm a loving person persona, as opposed
Mhm.
to I am a robot whose eyes don't smile or whatever that only thinks about myself. So I think it's that. So
And then the other thing, it just came to me when you think of Megan and letters, what do you think?
oh, through her father, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's signing without her last name. And it's,
Oh.
I mean, I don't know
Woo.
if you all see connections there, but
1,000%. Everything she does is on purpose and for a reason. So I think you're spot on.
so
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like she wrote him a letter being
Mhm.
completely awful to him and leaked it.
Yeah.
And then she is signing this off almost as a letter, and her last name is not there. I mean, granted, I think it would be really weird to title it "With Love, Meghan Markle." Like that's I can see that
Sure.
too, but it's
Uh-huh.
just an interesting connection, I think.
That is. That's a great point. You're right. And that stupid I always talk about this, that I would call it the loopy swoopy bullshit. Like whatever
Yeah,
that is,
a
it's not
fancy
for
mancy.
calligraphy. Yes. Exactly. I've been open about it. A long time ago took some calligraphy and kind of learned it, and I see it and I'm like, that's not calligraphy. That's just loopy swoopy. That's not that's not it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's so not again, and the point of calligraphy is to make it your own, so one could argue that, yeah, you can kind of turn it into that's not what this is. You have to pick up your pen and move it backwards to add on that stuff. It's just it's more about pointing back to herself. It's ridiculous, and it's not calligraphy.
So she's being phony?
Oh, I know. I'm shocked too. I know. Shocked. What?
What? She doesn't speak French?
What? They didn't get married 3 days before? What?
What?
Oh my goodness. Well, again, thank you for your time. Thank you for being so lovely. We will definitely go check out your channel. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, she is growing fast and it's incredible. So you want to jump in, make sure you're subscribed. If you're on Twitter, she's amazing on X, sorry. She's amazing on there. Same username, right? It's exactly spelled the same at
It's
rhrjen.
exactly the same. Mhm.
Perfect. And that's where I love to get these quick clips that she does. It's so interesting. And people like Angela Levin has shouted her out. Dan Wooten has shouted her out. Like a lot of big shout outs from a lot of big names. And that's fantastic.
It's
So I'm
amazing.
Yeah, I'm so proud of your success. Can't wait to see what you continue to do, especially in the new year here. And I'm going to be bugging you real soon, especially when this stuff drops. We're going to be talking a lot. So,
I can't wait.
me too. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Guys, tell me everything. What did you think about all this? I really enjoy sitting down and talking to Revealing the Narc. She's so lovely and so easy to talk to, and I enjoy her take on things. I think she has a great way of seeing things, and she'll point out things that I didn't notice, even though I may have seen the same thing over and over. So there's that. We do have another video coming out where we talk about um, weird Meghan-isms, meaning weird body language stuff with Meghan. So you'll see us talk about that in a separate video. That one's also already recorded, so we'll probably say the wrong date about the Netflix thing and that, but you get the idea. But I'm excited. It'll probably be out tomorrow. I don't know. It'll be out soon, so look for that. But as always, guys, you're the best. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your love and support. You mean the whole wide world to me. And I can't wait to bring more stuff like this. Oh, I got to thank my Patreon members. A huge thank you to you geese and ganders who support me on the Patreon. It means so much to me. If you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and flash your name. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, you can do that at patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Yes, it's my old name, but it's still so much material, hundreds of bonus episodes, deep dives, things like that, things I couldn't put on the main channel. They don't have the same like copyright rules and stuff. So you can say whatever over there. All kinds of stuff. So definitely check that out if you're least bit interested. But truly and sincerely, thank you for everything. You've had just the most wonderful feedback. I had the best live stream. It would have been Saturday night. So many people on. It was so wonderful. And everybody was really kind. And I really enjoyed discussing it with you all. We talked about the crazy news clips, like calling her Princess Markle Meghan, stuff like that. So definitely check that out if you missed it. But again, a huge thank you to everybody for supporting this show. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did and have the best day. Honk, honk, everyone. Bye-bye.